through every ailment there is. You can't be worrying about that, because if we keep worrying about the trouble that the masses are in, we never cultivate anything among ourselves to get to the higher level in which the masses gonna be a part of. Because ultimately, all this shit got to be destroyed. You see what I'm saying? So T.D. Jakes is just a part of the same society, you see what I'm saying, that the masses are the same people. You see what I'm saying? He's only a manifestation of their ignorance.
So you have a question for me?
Yeah.
So are you telling me I'm the devil just because of the skin I was born in?
Look.
Yes.
Look. Okay, I'm gonna use this from whether she's the devil based on the skin she's born in. I'm not gonna use it from a religious standpoint of view, because just like the African that stood before the table said, you know, you deal with the whole religious thing and all, and you throw people off.
Yes, sir.
But what we're saying is this, based on historically, and if you get into your learned white people, they bear witness to this, that historically, you were going around the planet and enslaved and raped and pillaged and killed to this particular day, and you suffer, and this is in the masses of you. Now, this is one that is in the collective of white. You suffer from a superiority complex, and I don't see why wouldn't you. Everything you see, every image you see is of white folks. You see what I'm saying? So now, on that particular aspect of the religious aspect and all, I will say, based on the metaphysical aspect, based on the Kabbalah, they say the intruder, which means that was a person that wasn't there in the beginning, that now is intruding and causing an incontinuance to learning because they cause luxury. That's the capitalistic society. So like I say, is this here. As an individual, as an individual, it doesn't really matter, but as a collective, that's what we deal with. Because personally, be honest with you, you personally don't have no effect on me. You can't really do anything to me.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So to be grown up about this individually, it doesn't even really matter. But we talking about collectively, you benefit from a system and a society. You understand what I'm saying? That collectively, not just black people, but all indigenous people. We're just going back. Look, you just had a man that died recently.
I can't argue.
Right. You just had a man that died recently. What's your boy, the actor that just died? Marlon Brando. And what did he say when he sent that Native American woman to the Academy Award? She say, you all look and you would think that the Native Americans happen on another planet somewhere or another continent. You go about talking about this freedom thing, and you massacred millions of people. Let me show. So my point here, historically, you figure it out. Let me give you an example. They came to San Francisco. Now, they had already broke all the treaties. They pushed them from the middle of the country. Their last stand was San Francisco. In 3 years, they had 60 million Native Americans. And when they got through in 3 years, they had 20.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So we talking about people that's massacring 50. They massacred 80 million buffaloes just so the Native Americans couldn't eat. So historically, it's not even an argument. My point here is, if you get off of just the whole thing based on the biological thing and just deal with the principalities of mindsets. You see what I'm saying? The mindset. You benefit from a culture that exacerbates and fosters this shit to this day. You see what I'm saying?
No, privilege creates blindness. It creates selfishness, and I absolutely agree.
You see what I'm saying? So, you see, my point is, and so now, and so my point here is, and guess what? Believe it or not, I'm not talking today based on the stuff that you've done in the past. I'm giving you concept of what shit is going on right now on a global level. On a global level.
Absolutely. I
You see what I'm saying? So my point here is on that particular level. So I try to, because, you know, yes, you got Sarnetta will tell you how he feels, and you can come in any Saturday and he'll get on your ass.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
You know. So my rendition is to take it from another point of view, so you can leave this, what you call it, understanding that we're not just here personally saying these things because we're upset what you did with us in the past. We're talking about globally on some things that's actually going on personally, on some things that's going on. You see what I'm saying? So it's on that particular level, you know. I say it that way, you know.
What I wanted to say is that if you alienate people, like, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you.
You feel no frat, baby. You don't even have to worry about this thing. Let me tell you, you ain't got to worry about this. This is no. I'm gonna tell you. This is no. Let me tell you the fear that white people go around with. Just listen to what I'm trying to say. There's nothing I'm gonna say to these people that's gonna turn them against white folks. With my little 1 or 2 hours of saying this, when you all have blatantly done things for years and they still love you. And the bottom line is, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. That's not our nature. Black people will never be haters and never will. No matter how much we espouse that stuff, first of all, in order for us to be racist, you got to have a power to even to impose racism. So you really don't have to worry about this type of thing on a person's views. Be honest with you, our people love you. So therefore, when you get a brother up here that's telling you what time it is, you should actually champion that. Because most black people you gonna go around, they're gonna be skinning and grinning, and they're gonna well, good then.
Yo, let her know Negroes love her.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yes.
You have no control over it because you don't control the system.
Right.
You just caught up in it. The real folks are going to stand and grin.
No, but you know what, like Francis Cress Welsing say, if you really want to not be alienated, tell us what you say when we ain't around.
I will.
That's what I'm saying. Don't, now, because you can't come up here and tell me that when we are not around, white people sit around and they don't say shit about us. We know fucking white folks. And we know that in society is based on that.
You may think you know white folks. You don't know me.
I'm not talking about you. I'm saying if you saying you don't want to be, if you want to be an aide, you want to be an aide, tell us what you talk about when we ain't around, because we don't get that side. So obviously there's some, you know what I'm saying, if you really into this type of thing. I know, I'm just trying to say here is, my point here is ultimately, you still gonna, when it's said and gone and we gonna be away from this table, you gonna benefit from a society that's gonna be for your rule.
I have undue privileges. Absolutely, in every step that I take down the street.
You see what I'm saying?
I apologize for every privilege I have.
And stuff like that.
Give up every privilege.
Okay, but look at here. Well, you got an opportunity right now, since you over here crying and stuff, why don't you start telling us about what these white folks be saying when we ain't around?
You can never, no matter how many tears fall from your eyes.
I'm not doing this for a show.
Listen, you can never, in many lifetimes, apologize. Listen to me, for what we have gone through. Because there's too many of you that feel different. You can never erase what has been done to us. It is embedded in our genes. No matter how many tears you sit here and cry, you will never be able to.
And don't tell me that you sitting up here right now. Don't tell me right now that you sitting up here naive to the fact of what you say when we ain't around. You still ain't saying it. It's not like you just fell out of some wonderland somewhere and stuff like that. No, come on now, you
Waiting for a response.
that's what I'm trying to say. We get fooled by this shit.
When you get a balance,
We get fooled by this. They say shit when we ain't around. So I'm trying to say, if you really want to say you what you gonna tell us what they say when you ain't around.
Well, in other words, what the brother is saying is that the apology and the tears is not what we want to get from you.
I know, and
we want information.
information.
If you really want to, really check it out. Wait a minute. Check it out. Hey yo, check it out. If you really want to get down, then get down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Tell us what's going on.
What they say.
Apology. You can't apologize.
Tell us what they say when we ain't
probably
around.
in love
And you
with
know
a
what?
black man.
It's amazing because we never get. It's amazing because we never get that side from white folks. We live our whole lives, and none of you all ever come to the ghetto.
That's right.
And not just the ghetto, because we the richest people of the Africans. Black people in America, we consumers.
That's right.
This street showing you this right now. But you never come to our side of the town and say, hey, guess what these people saying about you?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And it's not as if the world, I don't want to spread nothing on. You got to do is turn on the damn TV. They've been doing it in Hollywood for years. And so my point here is it's ongoing. It's ongoing. We need, and you say, well, why would you need me to validate that? Let me explain something to you. If you was to get on this video right now and tell us what white people say when we ain't around, you know how many black people you'll wake up? I could talk for 10 years and black people won't even listen to me. But if one white woman said that, so see? See?
Go ahead. I wish I could tell you what white people say.
Okay, well, you know. Well.
What does your daddy say? What do your uncle say? What do your friends' parents say? Huh? The people in your family, their parents.
Coming down the